Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to Pro Cycling Manager 2020. This is Career Mode. It's episode number 42. Good day to you. Alright, so we're at the Giro d'Italia. It is stage number 12, so we're halfway through. But realistically, we've only got a couple of sprint stages left. Couple opportunities in which to try to grab a stage. I don't have any breakaway specialists. We don't have anybody who can compete for any of the points classifications, and we are certainly well out of the GC. We went over this in detail in the last couple of episodes, but if you're just catching up, haven't watched for a little while, that's where we're at. So the only thing that is worthwhile for us to go for is to win a sprint stage. Of course, sprinting is actually the weakest aspect of my team, but it's better this year than it's been in the past. However, there's a massive difference between winning a Continental sprint and trying to win a Grand Tour sprint. That is a hefty task. We'll give it our best shot. We have not really come terribly close at this point in our attempts to do so. Our best finish, I think, was 6th, which that's just about the best we can hope for, honestly, because a lot of the teams they brought their best sprinter by far. So a lot of the world's best sprinters are here. Now, a good thing for me could be a couple of those best sprinters going bye-bye because, well, technically my best sprinter did go bye-bye. Amanatoglu, with a virus, withdrew from the race. Speaking of throwing in the towel, the overall race favorite, Egan Bernal, threw in the towel just on the last day of the stage. So he's out. That doesn't help me with the sprint. It's actually a relatively capable sprinter. He's got a pretty good turn of pace compared to other GC riders. But for me, realistically, I'm never going to beat those top sprinters head to head. Hands down. We are nowhere near their level. It's not even funny how far away we are from being competitive. So it's just not going to happen in a natural standpoint, in a natural way. Going for the sprint normally will gain nothing. Going at the right time, air quotes, right time, will do nothing more than squeezing a top 10. And I could squeeze a top 10 every stage, but I won't win. And a top 10 means nothing, right? The only thing that's going to earn us points is a win. The only thing that's going to make the sponsor happy is a win. So I am going for broke. I am not using normal tactics here. I keep seeing it in the comments that, oh, you've got to do it, blah, blah, blah. And then the blah, blah, blah is normal tactics. Normal tactics will not get my 73 sprint to beat an 82 sprint, especially when there's a half a dozen of them, right? Sprinters have bad days. Sprinters get bad lead-outs. But when there's a half a dozen 82 plus riders or 81 plus riders, and there are a dozen high 70 sprint riders, getting a top 10 is a good result, but it means nothing. So I am being aggressive. I am not using a standard tactic. I will not use this tactic under other circumstances. Okay, this is the go for broke tactic to squeeze a result, right? And you'll see what we'll be trying here shortly. But with 24 kilometers to go, we're getting pretty close to the end. The breakaway nearly caught now, so we're just about ready for this penultimate chance for a stage. 19K, I've got everyone here other than Amanatoglu, who is withdrawn from the race. As we get closer, I think at about 13 and a half is when I want to line this up. Totally flat all the way in. 0 wind whatsoever today. And let's set ourselves up for the go. Alright, German, strongman today with a +3. That's a 74-77. probably better than Alves Machado 74-77. So who's better on the stamina resistance today? It's definitely German. Brannigan to lead him out. Orion, that's the natural order of things. By now we've had this sorted out for a while. Alright, need to get out front early, but don't want to go too hard. That's the one key mistake I keep making, is I wait a little too long to get to the front. And I have to ride a little too hard with Lopez. That does a little bit of damage behind us, but here you can see we're all set up. Everybody's in order, virtually no damage. And just as we get to the front, the breakaway is caught. Now 10k to go. We set Banaszek up, Lopez. We're in that strong position. We don't need to necessarily be out front now. We need to be out front when it counts.
While the pack is getting close to the finish line, everybody seems to agree
Lopez gets us set up.
In a sprint.
Banaszek, he's definitely got a better turn of pace, and we're going to try to get Lopez onto the back, because the key to the tactic, and I didn't use it the first couple of times, is to get everyone attacking hard at the right time, and then have the guys at the back who suddenly lift the pace. Alright, here we go. Up to 99 for Banaszek. Right, that's going to put us on to Rainsford, and then we're going to get on the back of the group. 4K, I want to start that sprint, but not quite yet. Not quite yet. A little bit further, a little bit further. Okay, 3.5. So Rainsford's going to accelerate. Now, here's what we do. So we see this sudden acceleration. We have got to get out front. Okay, now what I do first is Banaszek. You're just going to go on to maintain, and we want to drop that wheel. So now all of a sudden these guys aren't riding our wheel. Rainsford stud. Onto a line. Okay.
The pack has just reeled in the escape
go.
group.
Now the field is splitting. Lopez is already being dropped even without the change in tactic. Rainsford, let's get you onto the back of the group. We just don't want anyone following us. It's kind of that key. But you can see even sprinting, starting 1.5k ago, you can see we still haven't gotten anywhere on Ducati Quickstep. Their lead out, even though they're not sprinting, their guys are just that much faster than we are. So I've done some damage to the team, but we have 2 kilometers, 4 riders to get through. Hopefully they could get me about 500 meters each. Hopefully. That's the thing. Like, everything has to literally be perfect for us to have a chance. Anything less just won't happen. So that's why we are stretching to the extreme. Alright, Orion. Please give me 500 meters, buddy.
There we go. The sprint is on. The riders are setting themselves up.
Now, he actually bought us some space. You can see as they're down to their last 2 guys, Archibald pulling off. It's timely to give him a lead out. His timing's not that great. Jakobsen's the problem at 82.81. German, 2 bike lengths ahead right now. Grunewagen, we're 3 bike lengths ahead right now. Bonifacio, 4 bike lengths ahead right now. This is the only way we have a chance whatsoever, is we have to be in the primed spot. And that does not happen if we wait. If we're starting behind those guys, we will never beat them. Even if we have all of our energy and we time it right and attack at the right time and get right down to that 1% left at the finish line. We're not going to beat those guys. They're too fast. So, now, downside, we're at 1.7, not 1.5. And we're already a little bit further down on these guys. So I think we're going to end up coming up just short. This is the best position we've been in. But I think we're going to be about 500 meters short on this one. So I mean, I need to go at 3K next time. Probably. But that also means that those guys are going to be ahead of us beforehand. But we've got to have that energy left at the end. Otherwise, nothing matters. All right, Brannigan, he's already done 1.4. And you just went 200 meters, Brannigan. All right, I have to leave this on for a moment, which hurts because here's that strong position. Still 2 bike lengths. Jakobsen's lead out. done. He's on his own, 1.5k. Good chance Jakobsen's going to be fading, especially with that low stamina resistance. Groenewegen, though, I think Groenewegen's heading for the win. Bonifazio's in a good position, but he's not quite as strong. Meanwhile, here comes Eekhoff. Eekhoff getting a good lead out. Who is his lead out? Van Poppel. Dude. Oh my goodness, no wonder. Okay, that's going to be tough to beat. That's going to be really tough to beat, even if we still had the energy. We're in a little bit of trouble, though, because we're down to 1.4k, and these guys, yeah, see how quickly they're fading. All right, Alves Machado, your turn. There's your little sprint. And look at these guys take off. Eekhoff, only right there. He's getting a slow start. Denise, Jakobsen already fading. Bonifazio, Groenewegen, told you he's probably headed for the win. And now 800 meters, German. He's going to run out a little early too, but he should have enough to overtake Alves Machado. Groenewegen's still going pretty strong here. It's another top 10, but again, not enough. Bonifazio outlasts Groenewegen, faded there at the end. Bonifazio, Denise wait to the right time. Take the 1-2. Groenewegen, 3. The Italians, 5 of the top 6 positions. German gets 11th. Alves Machado, 15th. That's all we could pull out. Eekhoff, only 16th. Bad day for him. Went way too early, came on way too strong. And part of that was his lead out, right? His lead out was super fast. And just to keep pace, he ended up burning through most of his energy, which was my problem with guys who all of them have no stamina. German held on a little bit longer, but 3.5 is even stretching it. Unless it's downhill, it's too far out to go. But the problem is, if I don't have that advantage, I have no chance. I'd love to get a little downhill on one of these, but I think we're going to have to try 3. It is just a little bit too early. I mean, that was more than 500 meters that we were short by. But that'll get us closer to that extreme that we can try to push it.
And here are the race highlights that we've...
Unfortunately, I haven't had much luck in the race day condition department at any point in this race. So it's stage 13, it's the very next stage, but it's also the last sprint stage of the entire race, including final stage. No more sprints after this, so we will be done with the Giro d'Italia, even though we've got a lot of time left. As we approach the end, last 19 kilometers here, the point I was saying about race day condition, net is a 0 right now. I've got a... Actually, no, it's a -2. I've got a -6 and a +4. So I have a -2 net. I should have a +3 net based on a fitness peak and somebody who favorite race, and everybody else was net 0. So should have a +3, ended up with a -2. So I drew a -5 as a team. 10K here, a little bit late getting started. That's not the first time I've done this. It's going to waste a little bit of energy on Lopez because he's going to have to get forward quick. But we're not in a bad spot. Pace isn't that bad, so don't panic. All right, Alves Machado looking pretty good today. A 76.79 is tolerable. Stamina resistance into the 70s is tolerable. It's not great, but it's tolerable. So that's still not good enough to beat anyone. We are going to try this time to go at about 2.9, 2.8k, which I think is much too late to have any chance, but it's what we've got, so we'll go for it. Chill up both of these guys, get you out there. Let's set a 93 initially and then roll that back to a 92. Get you to this open terrain through here. Hopefully the guys can find their way quickly through.
The sprinters are positioning themselves up front. It'll probably be a mass sprint finish.
Okay. Alright, now we need to really step it up because we're already down to 7.5k. And he's not hurting anybody with that flat rating. So go 99, get us out front. Okay, job done. Gel up for everyone. Already 5.7, so we're really getting down to it. So Banijek, from here we are going full speed. Lopez, try a little cheeky tactic of opening a gap behind us.
We're into the last 5 kilometers.
4.5. His pace is good enough to do a little damage, but it's also good enough to keep us out front. It's got a nice flat condition today and getting us already 2.8. Look at that, 2.8. And it's a little technical. How technical is this? Just this last turn. Okay, just this final turn. So, that means 2.9. We want Hawaiian to go now. Come on, Hawaiian.
And there goes the mad burst for the final sprint.
Okay, so bad news here is Toynes and Van Poppel are already in a strong position. But where's Eekhoff? Oh gosh, there's Groenewegen right on our wheel. There's Eekhoff way back here, so I'm taking the day off. Bonifazio, those guys in strong position. Not liking my chances too much. But I'm down to 1.7 with 3 fresh guys. And Alves Machado is looking tolerable today. Groenewegen, can you please give me a good turn of pace? Do not get blocked by Toynes. Maybe I need to get Hawaiian just out of the way. So ready, and Hawaiian out of the way. There we go. Groenewegen, we open it up for him. Jamon, you can go now. And Alves Machado, let's wait for 500. Fading. Van Poppel is fading, but there goes Eekhoff, who did not get a lead out. But here comes Groenewegen and Bonifazio. It looks like I have a chance at 4th or 5th today. Or 3rd, German? 4th. It'll be 4th. Yeah. Groenewegen takes the lead. Eekhoff, Bonifazio, German 4th. Alves Machado 5th. Jakobsen, Denise. That's an excellent result. Missed the podium by that much. I don't think that's going to come off as something the sponsor is excited about. Alves Machado, 1% left on that energy though, so he did get it right. German though, where did that come from? Because he held out and remained in front of him despite him running out of energy slightly before Alves Machado, and Alves Machado had that nice race day condition. German should not have been able to do that, so he went a little above and beyond the Call of Duty on this one. The little technical section helped me stay out front. That was the bigger difference. Much more so than going late. Because I still had a little energy to burn, really. I should have gone a little sooner. Maybe I could have squeaked out 3rd on that, an extra half a bike length or something. That's good, 4th and 5th. Like I said, though, I don't think that's going to amount to anything. Now, at this point in the race, Batesford, 22nd overall. Totally out of contention, but respectable. We'll tune back in when we get to the end of the race to see where he wound up. But otherwise, we are going to quick sim our way. Next up is a big sponsor objective, 3-star Criterium de Dauphiné. And for that one, we're looking for stage win. Yeah, that's the elusive part this season. We've had a couple wins, but most of them a bit out of reach. Top 10s, far more achievable for us this season. So those stage win objectives are tricky. So before we can wrap up the Giro d'Italia, we need to get the Criterium de Dauphiné underway. Stage 1 here happens the same day as the final stage there. And this one's taking place first. So stage 1 is a prologue. Varta out on track now, and he and Rodriguez, my only 2 guys that are decent in time trial and prologuing. both of them with -2s today, so that's really not helpful. Rodriguez is outside of the top 25, so we will not score anyone in the upper placings. So we'll have to move on to stage number 2 for any hope of doing anything here. Now, meanwhile, one notable thing, I'll start wrapping up the Giro now as we get through these last couple of riders here. The race leader was Emmanuel Buchmann, and Buchmann has taken some sort of stomach bug here in the final week and has dropped down the order, so he is not leading the race anymore. That's as far as I'll go with the status on that. But meanwhile, Zeta is now our final rider. This is the team we brought to this one. It's more punchy than anything, so we're going to hope to claim a stage on one of those punchy ones, maybe from a break. We don't need to worry about the GC. I did not bring any GC type riders, and whoa, Zeta! Zeta! Look at that. 85. 85. Come on, Zeta. Come on, Zeta. Yeah, boy. Come on. Come on. You don't look like you're flying. You don't look like you're flying. Come on. 85 on the prologue. Come on. Come on. Oh, he's taking forever around the corner. What the heck was that? That was not smooth at all. Gosh, it looked like he lost 40 seconds turning that corner. Oh, second place. 2 seconds off the pace. Beats Rowan Dennis right behind Patty Bevan. You gotta be kidding me. And Primoz Roglic? Since when is he a top time trialist? Man, oh man. Alright, third for Zeta. Here's Van Aert wearing the number 1. So Van Aert wearing number 1, 12th place. That is a top 3. We got a podium on stage 1. Thanks to the man, the legend, and a +5 race day condition, Umberto Zeta. That's a good start to the race. That at least gets us a little bit of a neutral. Ah, stupid count back. Dennis got there first, and they counted back and dropped me to 4th. Which means the sponsor won't care one bit. Banijek and Hawaiian both upset for missing the Dauphiné. We are also at the end of the month, so we got a couple things happening here as we wrap up the episode. I don't think the sponsor is now going to see that as a top 3. They're going to just see it as a top 5, which will mean nothing when they're looking for a stage win. Top 3 means a little something. Zeta will wear the under 25s jersey for a day, though. Alright, final stage, time trial, 30 kilometers. Yeah, quick sim. Not winning here. None of my time trialists are here. Rainsford's 22nd could be subject to a major loss here. Gaps, minute 57. Pogačar takes the win ahead of Simon Yates. They were 2nd and 3rd. Hamilton, Valter, Thomas, Hagita, Bardet, Buchmann slips all the way to 8th place. Schachmann, Adam Yates are your top 10. McNulty just missing top 10. Carapaz not riding as a leader. That Valter is Ineos, 24-year-old climber. It was Bernal. Bernal was at the top, though. He withdrew from the race. That was such a strong team. They could have, should have probably won that race pretty comfortably. We are not in the top 20. Rainsford stays top 25, though, in 23rd place, exactly 19 minutes behind. Just a second away from Ruben Guerrero after 91 hours of racing. Points classification, Pogačar wins, not the sprinters. Max Schachmann takes the KOM by 8 points ahead of Valter. Looks like Valter's time was a result of competing for the KOM. Makes sense for the young climber. And then with Bernal out, and he was probably there was a couple stages where the breakaway took it. I sent guys in the break through the quick sims, but none of them are climbers, so they didn't stand a chance. Rainsford took 7th on the under 25s. And as a team, that's how strong we are. 18th. Alright, so brief check-in. Yeah, no results yet, so they did not recognize that. Rainsford, top 25, double plus. Yes, okay. Okay. That's not huge, but it's something. It is something. A double plus for a top 25 for Rainsford. Dude, nice job. I'm glad I stuck with that and kept him going. Registered riders taking a little knock. Not sure why. All but one objective the entire year. We've had either Zeta or Vermark. Vermark is now the top rider in terms of renown. Rainsford popularity did not go up from taking 22nd there, though. So no change on those. But sponsor confidence still high. This is a tough stretch, though. Stage win, stage win, stage win, stage win, stage win. Sorry. Never mind La Vuelta. These guys are all after the end of July. But 4 objectives left. All stage wins. And all those top 10s, the ones that I thought we'd do well on, where we were super close, we had an 11th in there, a 12th in there, one really bad race in there. The ones that I thought we were going to get, we didn't. And we failed 5 straight. We've only completed 2 objectives, but we're getting enough results elsewhere to make up for it. The only 2 objectives we met were the lowest ones. Baloise, Belgium, only 1.5 stars. Österreich Rundfahrt, only a half star. So those at least shouldn't hurt much. Dauphiné, 3 stars. Tour de France, 4 stars. We need to try to do something for these 2. If we do that, we're good. We're golden. But these 2 are the ones to worry about. That is all the time that I have for this episode, though. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button. I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. And bye for now.